Aaron, of this year, 2022, what is your favorite Star Wars thing? And we should probably say like moment. It's not just a show, or it's not just that a thing that happened. I mean, for me, it's the Narkina 5 prison escape from Andor.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like that in Star Wars, and I love Andor as a show, but I do think it's primarily geared more for an adult audience, which I think is great for variety, but not for Star Wars as a whole, right?
Gotcha.
Star Wars needs to have stories that appeal more to kids and then to all ages and then to adults. It does. But I don't think anybody can watch that scene and not feel like,
Sure.
Like, 5-year-old Eric would enjoy that scene. 15-year-old Eric would enjoy that scene. 35-year-old Eric enjoys that scene. That's my favorite Star Wars thing.
Gotcha. I mean, we've had Obi-Wan, we've had Andor, we've had Tales of the Jedi,
Book of Boba Fett.
we've had Book of Boba Fett.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's been a lot of stuff this year. We didn't have Bad Batch this year, right?
Not this year.
That was before.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because I was like, man, did I forget about that one?
So.
I mean, there's stuff in Obi-Wan I really like. I really loved Little Leia. But
I love Little Leia.
I love Little Leia. Like, that's maybe honorable mention, I suppose. I think
Yeah.
my favorite thing is probably from Tales of the Jedi, because I really love the Dooku arc that they had in there and everything. I'll probably go with his third episode where you have Darth Sidious and he is
The Sith Lord.
Yeah, it's the moment. I mean, honestly, it's the end of episode 1, right?
Yeah.
Like, you have had the death of Qui-Gon Jinn. You have him look. He's done the changes to all that stuff. But the moment is probably there's one last shred of light shining on him. That is Yaddle, figuratively and literally.
Yeah.
Opening that gate. That door for the
Force is here.
the hangar.
If you walk through the door.
Yeah, and it's like you don't have to do this. Yaddle's trying to save him and stuff. Like, that moment there, I just love. And then Dooku makes his decision of what he's doing. But I think that whole arc for Dooku was so good. But yeah, he is looking at, like, the Jedi have lost their way. We have to do this. He has his reasoning.
He does.
And I don't necessarily argue against it. But I know Darth Sidious and what he's wanting to do, So he's in a way tricked, like probably every apprentice Sidious ever has, into doing what he does. But Yaddle's there, and even Yaddle in the moment is like, you don't have to do this. Come back with me to the council. He's already left the Jedi Order and is just kind of coming back, I suppose, sometimes.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and doing some things, whatever. Because this book talks about how he's left the Jedi Order already.
Yes.
So, like, he's not in the Jedi Order.
For a while.
At least per se, but then later on we see, like, him still kind of showing up.
He's at the
talking
tree
to Qui-Gon. He's looking at the tree.
It's
He's
like
doing
when
all
you
these
leave
things,
school,
so
but like you still have your student ID, so you can still get the discounts.
I suppose
It's
so.
like that.
But yeah, I think my favorite moment maybe from this was that there was him making his decision when Yaddle's trying to reach out to a fellow Jedi, to a friend, and be like, come back with us. You don't have to do this. And it is not trying to kill him in that moment, you know? Like, they're fighting, but it's more like Yaddle's trying to defend herself. And I think that one was my favorite. I thought that it was done, and it's like opening up, and it's like that last shred of light.
That's a good one. That's fantastic. I would probably pick that one too. There's so many great options. Special shout out to Hayden Christensen returning as Vader. The only reason I don't put that at my top is because, like, I've seen something like that before. It was amazing to watch, but I've seen Rebels, and I've seen that side of Vader. It's awesome when Hayden's doing it, but it wasn't something new like the Andor scene for me. And then
that's kind of one of my things I talked about before. I'm like, is it gonna get to the point where, like, I'm not gonna get those new things? I'm like, oh my gosh, it's this. Oh my gosh, it's that. And I don't know, but I've not gotten to see Yaddle do some stuff, and that was kind of new to get. One, what happened to Yaddle? Two, Yaddle gets to do some stuff, whereas, like, it wasn't a thing usually.
And then my absolute, I guess, other honorable mention is the creation of the Gaffy Stick in Book of Boba Fett.
Sure.
Like, I love that sequence. I love the Vision Quest. I love getting it. I love the haka they do around the campfire. I love the humanization of the Tusken Raiders. Like, that's such a singular moment for me as well this year.
The whole thing with Book of Boba, where it's like the Raiders, the Tusken Raiders, and what they do.
Yep.
I love that.
I've rewatched the show 3 times now. That's my favorite moment.
What Mandalorian and Book of Boba has done for Tusken Raiders, right? Rather than just like, the Sand People coming, Like, I love it. There's so much more tribal, and there's, like, meaning to what they're doing.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy it. They're more of like braves, out in nature.
Yeah.
Like, this is how we do it. This is what we do. See this lizard? Let it climb in your nose.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, those are the 2022
quick moments.